What's going on? 22 here with another action figure review. That's right, this time around we're going to be talking about the Todd McFarlane Gold Label Batman the Animated Series. This looks more like a diorama to me, but it was super awesome, super cool. And the best part about this is that I found it for half off. This normally sells for about $50, and I saw it at my local Target for $25. They had 4 of them there. I picked one up. I just happened to pick up one of the ones that had really not a great looking box. I guess I was so excited that I didn't even think about it. I went back the next weekend, not to exchange it or anything like that, just to see, if they happen to have them still there, and they were completely gone. Understandably so, in my opinion. Yeah, let's check this out. Let's start off with looking at the box and do a little review of that for people that like to collect things in the box, and then I will begrudgingly take it out of the box. I say begrudgingly, but honestly, I think this is more of a piece that will look better outside of the box. I just don't really have a place to display it. But yeah, enough talk. Let's get looking at this. Alright, so here we have the front of the box. Got the gold label right here, which I don't know too much about the gold label. From what I've read, it was more of a limited series kind of thing. But if anybody knows, please educate me in the comments. I'd love to know more about the actual gold label, what it means, and kind of what it stands for. Looks like we've got accessories in here and stuff like that. What's cool is that this is a light up diorama. So there's a button right here, you have access to it, you can press and hold it, and it will light up the actual background, giving it that lightning effect that we see from the animated series, which is pretty awesome. Dope animated artwork right here. I need to take this off, but yeah, anyways. So the top of the box, pretty cool as well. Again, animated series artwork, still the window at the top as well. Look on the side, just a plain white Batman the Animated Series. Along with the other side, we have a window right here to see more of the sides view. Batman, nice Animated Series logo. And then a shot of, in the perfect world, this is what this would look like, kind of deal. So, lightning lights up, which is pretty cool. Overall, awesome looking box. Dimensions of this box, for those of you who are inbox collectors and like this one. This sits at about 15 inches wide by 9 inches tall and 7.5 inches deep. Just to give you an idea of the actual size of the box itself. Let's take it out and let's check out the actual action figure itself. Alright, so we have this base right here. As you can see, I did tear the actual bottom of it, so I did tear some of that nice backdrop that they have. You can see it right there that I tore it, and over here. But it's on the bottom, so that's kind of what I was going for. Get the awesome card, like always, back here in the back. We also have another stand right here. Alright, so there's that. Alright, we've got everything out. So here's some of the accessories you get. You get a grappling hook right here. Do be aware that this is very bendy, very flimsy, stuff like that. So just be careful of that whenever you're getting it out of the package. You get a batarang. Pretty cool, pretty sweet. You get some extra hands. The paint on them matches the rest of the Batman. So you have this blue at the top, and then the rest of it is this dark, this black gray kind of look. And then another one. Same paint scheme. So yeah, super nice. Alright, as far as Batman himself, he has about 24 points of articulation. We've got the toes down here. We've got the ankles going this way. They can rotate side to side. We've got the actual calf that can move right there at the knee, double jointed. Hip, he doesn't turn really. He turns right there up at in the waist or above the abdomen. We've got double joints in the shoulders. So not only can you go up and down, but he can also go in and out. Biceps can also turn as well. Got movement at the elbows and at the wrists. No finger actions or nothing like that. And then we've got the head. This cape is pretty much stable. That's what it's going to do. So this is definitely a pose and sit, kind of action figure and stuff like that. Definitely a display type. As far as like him standing without a stand, like I think it would take a good bit, just because of how awkward the cape is. He's very top heavy. You can see these little itty bitty feet he's got. So yeah, he's very much like the animated show. Super cool. So I think a stand is necessary though, to actually have him stand and like it not be a pain. But I could be wrong as well, because now I'm trying. So yeah, I think a stand is necessary to like actually have him like display easily and actually be in a decent pose. Just because of how top heavy he actually is. That's not a knock against him or anything like that. Still a super cool action figure, but it's just something that I definitely wanted to note. Check these hands out real quick. Alright, so replacing the hands, they want to sit there and get out of their way. It's probably a normal thing. It's not something I've really done a whole lot of, is actually replacing hands, because I am mainly an inbox collector. So that was a little awkward and weird for me. It looks like on his right hand there's a space to do the grappling hook, and it fit in, but Alright, the grappling hook does seem way too big for the hands. I don't know if they just need to be worked in or whatever a little bit, but you can sit there and see, like, his hands are not, like, I know they got to be able to grip, you know, what they're holding and stuff like that. And then they do have this one finger that's detached from the rest of the fingers. The trigger finger on both hands is detached from the rest of it, I guess, to make it more, you know, you more able to hold whatever object, whether it be the batarang or whether it be the grappling hook. Batarang goes in just fine, no problems, but the grappling hook I was having a little issue with. I was having a little trouble with, and that's why I'm not showing it with, you know, while he's holding it. Take a look at Batman's paint as well. Start off with the head sculpt. It's very nice, very good looking head sculpt. Very much like the animated series. Straight lines, good looking paint, no overlapping or anything like that. We have blue accents throughout the cape and stuff like that, which is very reminiscent of the animated series as well. Almost like they're shadowing for dark areas and stuff like that. Cape flips around, it's held, it stays in place really well. You can see how it's like curled over and stuff like that to give it more depth. Like I said, with the hands, and you look at his gauntlets, they have the blue accents as well to match the hands on both these and the trade out ones, the accessory ones. I guess being in the plastic has kind of bent over his gauntlets. So, but you know, more accents there. This is not a sticker or anything like that. This is painted in, and it seems like it's got depth as well. So neither the yellow nor the black are stickers. The belt's painted all the way around. It gets messy back here in the back, down towards the bottom, but looks really good in the front. Detail all the way around. Trunks have accents on them as well. The blue right there. The boots, though, yep, they have them on. Okay, so they have it to where the inside of this leg has the blue and the inside of the foot has the blue. And then the outside of this leg has the blue. Overall, though, good looking paint job, I think, anyways. Let's also do measurements of Batman himself. He is at, with the stand, about 7.5 inches tall. From shoulder to end of cape is around 8.5 inches. With his arm sticking out the way it is right now, we're looking at, again from the back of the shoulder, about looking at 3.5 inches. Just to give y'all an idea. Here's an actual look of the diorama on the like the back of it and stuff like that. It's very simple. Pretty much all you really need. There's 2 LEDs. You got one right here on the side where my thumb is, and then you've got one right here in the very back there, and right there. And that's where all the lights come from. Alright, let's talk about the actual paint of this set right here, this diorama. Very clean lines. So, as you can tell with the building and stuff like that, sometimes in cheaper toys and stuff like that, you'll have those overlaps or those mispaints and stuff. It's not something you see very often, I would say, in McFarlane toys. At least from what I can tell. Simple colors. You got the black, the dark gray in the little windows here. You got the baby blue here, and then like a light gray over on this building. You got indentions right there. Detail right there. And the lightning bolt itself is this like translucent plastic to help carry the light through. So yeah, very plain, very simple. From its longest back point is 13.5 inches. Short front end is 10 inches. From the deepest part to the back, 5 3/4 inches, but I'd give it 6. Height wise, we have from, that's about 8 3/4 inches. 8 3/4 inches I'd give. Alright, so as far as the diorama goes, you have one peg to sit there and be able to stand Batman up on. I kind of wish, because of the way the diorama is, that maybe you had 2. But I guess maybe I could also move him to the second one like this. So if I wanted him more over here. But then again, I mean, you could just have, maybe just have 3 then. I don't know. Maybe that's more how it's supposed to look though. But you could do either or, so maybe that's a good feature. I think there's something on the bottom. Here we go. There's a try me, and then there's an on and off. So you can just turn it on, and it just stays on. You don't even have to use the button then. So that's pretty cool. I do like that. Alright, let's get an actual full turnaround spin of Batman. Overall, so what do I think of this guy right here? I like him. I enjoy it. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's a nice little diorama, little statue almost. I do think there's issues with it. Don't get me wrong. It's not perfect or anything like that, but for the price point that I paid, I'm happy with it, honestly. If it was $50, I wouldn't have bought it. Because mainly, like, the action figures themselves usually cost about $20 to $25. So, do I really think that the diorama should cost $25? I mean, I'm not saying it's overpriced or anything like that. It's just not, I just wouldn't necessarily put the money towards it. So, $25 though, I'm really happy with it. Overall, I like the look of it and things like that. If I had to make suggestions of things that I would want maybe a hand with the grappling hook, like maybe built into it, because this really isn't like a, you know, play action figure kind of deal. This is more of a set up and look at kind of action figure. So I would like one that maybe it's just like built into it, you know, the right way or whatever. Also, I would like one that, like, the cape cowl area, maybe that whole head and all cape and everything came off, and then like I could have a different type of like cape head assembly to like sit on top. Nothing big or fancy, just maybe a straight cape or whatever. That could be kind of cool. Besides the grappling hook, not really fitting in the hands. The biggest con that I have with this is just he is so top heavy and wonky. Again, I don't know if it's because of how the cape, the weight of the cape coming off the side, but I mean, it is kind of difficult for me to sit there and get him situated in a good pose. Outside of that, though, I really dig it. I really like it. One thing that I do think would be really cool to have that I may be on the lookout for, it'd be super awesome to have like an animated Batgirl and maybe like an animated Robin on each side. That'd be really cool. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this review of the Batman the Animated Series 30th Anniversary McFarlane action figure. Thank y'all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. You can find me on a podcast called Comically Comics. You can also find me on Instagram and eBay at 22_comics. Once again, thank y'all so much for watching, and as always, y'all have a good one.